What has marriage taught you about teamwork?
When you ask people about relationships, the two things that come up are communication and finance in terms of the most difficult challenges in a relationship. Um, in regards to communication, I've had to become a better listener um, and a better question asker, which is what I am and who I am, to really try to get at the core of what's the issue. Otherwise, issues are going to continue to come up if you don't address the root. And so I've been more diligent about trying to get at the root of situations, because this is the person I'm going to live my entire life with. And the only way to work through that is with communication. Now, there also are times where you have to know when is the best time to communicate. Just because I want to answer right now doesn't mean that she is ready to talk, and vice versa. And so that's been core. And then the financial side is really getting clear about what's enough and what it's going to take to sustain the partnership from a financial standpoint, and how do both people contribute. In a lot of ways, it is like a business. It is like a business partnership, and with the exception of the unconditional love. I think some business partners can work together without it necessarily being unconditional love. But I'll be honest, we have room to be a better team. I mean, we are the Gordons now. We got our jerseys, and but we're also like the Lakers. We have great players on our team, and we're trying to figure out how to work together to actually move towards something amazing. And you saw it with the Miami Heat as well. We're LeBron James fans, so you see it with any team that's coming together. Even when there are stars on the team, it takes time, and we see the hopefully 60, 70 years ahead of us as a time to constantly grow closer and closer and closer together. We saw our marriage as an opportunity where we felt close enough to say we're committed to this same path together. And I hope that every day is just going to bring us closer and closer and closer together. The other day she asked me, "Do you really know who I am?" And I had to say, no, I don't. But I hope that through this journey together, I constantly get to know more and more of who you are. We made a choice with uncertainty, and almost every major decision that we have in our lives, whether it's a new partnership from a team standpoint, whether it's choosing your spiritual source, your career, some of the biggest choices in our lives, or all of the biggest choices in our lives, are filled with uncertainty. And so knowing that going in, knowing that nobody on the team knows the right answer, but together you can get to the best answer for us. I like to use us as a third entity, because there's the individual, there's your teammate, and then there's us. And it's helpful to talk about us as a third entity in the relationship, because what's best for one individual and what's best for the other individual may not be what's best for us. And so you have to always put us at the forefront when you are on a team.